Issue 243. We start out 3 days ago seeing a kid being taught history in a school in Albion. I thought Eggman destroyed all of the natives of Albion, so why are the non-red or pink echidnas still around? That's confusing. There are some survivors? Although now that I think about it, we did see like purple and other weirdly colored echidnas in Echidnopolis in the story where Vector was trying to ask some girls to date him. So maybe even natives of Echidnopolis can be weird colors. Anyways, the Enerjack business is mentioned as the day of transit, which has the teacher talking about how some of the echidnas were immigrated to them, implying that some of the Albions survived. And we cut to 3 days later after the attack on Albion. Amy complains about how Eggman's putting people in danger just to slow the heroes down, and now the Death Egg's nowhere to be seen because of him. Metal Knuckles flies to the Tornado 2, attacking them, smacking away Sonic's spin dash and ending up falling as he simply complains about how embarrassing that was without being worried. Amy, of all people, is the one who has to knock Metal Knuckles away, and after she catches Sonic, the plane starts falling with Tails saying he'd hit the fuel tank, forcing them to make a landing. Tails says that they're not leaving the island anytime soon. Wait, island? Oh, right. Albion was on an island too, that was separate from Angel Island. That's not confusing. Tails pets Teapup, saying that he'll handle most of the repairs and keep an eye on things while they check the situation here in the ruins. So, Teapup, a four-legged creature, can make repairs. And I assume he has the mind of a dog, too. Amy points out that there's a residential area under lockdown up ahead. Sonic spin dashes through a tank, and Amy and Tails fight as well, and we see Constable Remington threaten some Legionnaires with a ray gun, while his allies just have mere bows and arrows with them. And yet they succeed in arresting them as Sonic goes up to them. Constable Remington says that Leonda had invaded them with support from Eggman, and while Eggman moved on, Leonda stayed behind with all her troops. Although the only Eggman tech she bothered to keep was Metal Knuckles, because I guess she doesn't want to win. She captured the matriarch and most of the citizens. The few they could rescue are secured in the residential area where they met, and they tried to rescue more people while taking down enemy troops. Constable says that their base camp is in the theater, and since he knows their defenses won't hold against heavy artillery, they've been organizing an escape to the mainland, and they plan to hide citizens in the Mercian forests and appeal to the king. Amy reassures him with a wink that she knows the king will help, because the king is her cousin Robin. Sonic tells Constable that Angel Island's more rustic than Albion now, and Knuckles' kin are all gone. Amy smacks him, complaining about him breaking the news to him, and Sonic lampshades that there's no better way to do so. Remington sheds a tear and says that their main objective now is to rescue the matriarch. Linda apologizes to Eggman about being late with the report because it took them an extra day just to get the communication tower built. She stammers that she hasn't legionized the Albion government yet because she's waiting until the last of the resistance has been put down. But why? Can't she just start doing it right away and attack the resistance? Eggman tells her not to drag her feet on this, as I wonder why this one-dimensional villain would, and he says that she better not fail for her species' sake. Linda makes a reassuring speech to the echidnas that soon they'll all be united under her as their new matriarch. Lara Lee, who is fucking finally an actual good design, what the fuck took them so long, sides with Knuckles over Leonda, saying that the Legionnaires have just caused trouble throughout history. Leonda points out that Knuckles didn't save the echidnas from getting enslaved. She also says that Knuckles was nowhere to be found on the day of transit, instead of just telling them that Knuckles was made to Enerjack, which she knows about. You'd think a villain would want to tell them that as soon as possible. Then it's revealed that Larry Lee is the matriarch of Albion, because she's Knuckles' mother. And Leonda calls her out on the blatant nepotism of her only being in charge because she's related to Knuckles, without any hint that she has any sort of actual governing experience, or capability. Though people like her, so I guess she does. Lara Lee insults the Dark Legion's sad, sorry state of affairs some more, and Linda says that she's lucky she somehow needs her for her status, calling her ignorant. Just before she can give her some information, she's warned about an attack, and we see the heroes fighting alongside Constable's men who cover for them as they go to save people. Some echidnas that were freed from animal capsules rush out and are told to head for the hole in the wall while some policemen will cover them. He orders another one of his workers to take the survivors and squad to the neighborhood and then straight to the docks. Amy complains that these guys just aren't the same as fighting badniks. I kind of agree, but at least this makes the comic unique and original. Don't get used to that for long. Leonda tells a Legionnaire in a panic to activate the building's defensive systems, which is revealed to be a paralyzing defensive grid that the Legionnaires have built-in resistance to conveniently for them. So they can't be electrocuted? No, that doesn't sound right. Sonic goes to attack Leonda, who reveals that now she can shoot electricity out of her hands and eyeballs, justifying it as Eggman giving her those cyborg powers. Then Metal Knuckles shows up, and the story ends with Knuckles deciding to get moving and help Albion. So am I ever going to find out what Nicole's response to Jeffrey asking her to help save Ixis was? The comic seems to have gotten distracted and forgotten all about that. They could have at least shown us a text box of her saying yes, or an extra panel. This issue is by Ian Flynn. It starts off Sonic and his friends going to save Albion from Leonda and her forces, and ends off with Sonic fighting a more powerful Leonda and Metal Knuckles. Lara Lee finally has a good design pack about the same time, and I like how it's implied that Leonda is doing this with the fear that Eggman will destroy all of the echidnas if she fails in her mission, meaning that she has a good motive, for once. I don't get why she needs Lara Lee around for her status though. Wouldn't she just kill her?